Hello everybody, I'm Rusty. I want to welcome you to Island Breeze Tropicals. So today I want to take you on a tour of the Tangle, and I want to show you my bloomers. I mean these bloomers. So every once in a while, I think it's a good idea to come out and have a tour in the Tangle and show you some of the orchids and bromeliads that I have that are in flower. And I hope that that gives you some inspiration to surround yourself with the same kind of beauty that I am so lucky to have around me. Now, Paleonopsis, or sometimes we call them phales, seem to like the Tangle an awful lot because there's a lot of canopy, so not a lot of light gets through. So Paleonopsis likes it a little less hot and a little bit more wet, and certainly not as bright. And you just never know where you're going to see one. So you never know what you're going to see when you take a walk, and I'm so lucky to have a place like the Tangle and trees that I can put all sorts of plants on. I love epiphytes, and of course orchids are an epiphyte, and you get this color here, which is really, really cool. So this is a pretty small Paleonopsis. Take a look. Using my hand for scale, that is not very big at all. And right beside it is an orchid called Yellowbird, and one of my favorites. I really like it. Boy, it does stand out. So even though it's a cloudy day, there's a little bit of glare, and I hope that you can see the colors on this orchid. This is another Paleonopsis, only about 2 or 3 feet from the other one. And sometimes we have to reattach the orchids. Their roots do help them attach to the trunk of the palm, but you may be able to see that this palm has a fairly smooth bark. I'm going to pan up, see what we see. So you can see that's pretty smooth, but for the most part they stay up there even in the wind. And again, this is a pretty small little Paleonopsis. So you can see my hand, and this is not a big orchid at all. So you have to be present when you walk through a garden, no matter where it is, and sometimes just look up. But sometimes all you have to do is be present and just look straight, and you can see something like this Paleonopsis. Now this is not a mini, this is a pretty big phale. And tucked away so that if you didn't know it was there, you'd walk right past it, is another Paleonopsis growing among the foliage. Now this is in a fairly shady area in the Tangle. The Tangle is only about an acre. This Paleonopsis was just recently installed in this tree, so you can see the zip ties, and that's what I use to put them in there. And eventually the roots are going to be strong enough that I can take the zip ties off. And right off of the path, here's another one. And as you can see, it's going to be a while before it really has all of the flower buds open. I'm going to zoom in there, see if you can see them. It seems like flowers aren't the only thing that have a lot of color today. This is a Neoregelia. And this is another bromeliad inflorescence. And this one is from a Portia jungles. But when it comes to color, orchids don't steal the show all the time. This is an inflorescence on an Androlecmia Dean. Dean is a super, super big plant. This one is even larger because it's grown in the shade, so it only has green foliage. But I think the reddish-pink bracts on this are a real standout. Now this is a big inflow. Let me see if I can get my hand down there and show you. So you can see my hand. I'm touching the inflorescence. I can't really get it all in the camera. Look at this. That's huge. So anyway, guys, that's it. I hope you enjoyed the tour. I hope it inspires you to have more flowers in your life, whether you can grow them outside like me or inside during the winter and bring them out on your deck or patio. If you live up north, I think they'll bring you an awful lot of joy. I know they do to me. So no matter where you are, I hope your sun is shining. I hope you have an island breeze blowing. You should always keep growing and have some fun. Thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you next time.